Good morning, good morning. Welcome back to Railway Cottage Studio. Thanks so much for coming to visit my little channel. Thank you so much to the lovely new subbies and the people who've been with me for a little while now. It's lovely to have such a community of people interested in the wonderful world of slow stitching. I have got a little bit of an op shop treasure haul this morning just to share. I've been away for a few days off with my daughter, and I've come back this morning and scratched my little thrift shopping itch I just went to one. I limited myself to one today, but I want to share what I got and just some ideas about how I might use it. I'm just going to move that out to start. The first thing I got was these, which, you know, as I said before, there's very rarely do I need to buy these from a retail shop, because I can generally always pick them up from Lifeline or Vinnies. This is $4 for, you know, this many rolls of different types of thread, and they're all colours that I will use. So the brown in particular is a colour that I will use, and you know, it's really good to have all different types of white and cream as well, different thicknesses. So some of them are whole rolls, some are partial rolls, but they will all go into my little stash and all get used. And I quite like this little kind of soft goldy colour. So it was $4 for those, and then look at this. This was $5. So there's basically 6 brand new rolls of DMC thread in there. And again, the peaches are not really a colour I would use, but you know, I'll add it to my stash, you never know. But certainly all of the other colours are. There's 2 beautiful greens, look at that. 2 beautiful greens in here. And a cream and a soft yellow. And this one, which I guess is kind of like a soft blushy sort of colour. So look at that, they are nearly full. So that was a real score, and particularly to get a colour like that I use all of the time, and this nice yellow. So $5 for those. And then I picked up a couple of little tiny trays, because these are always really good just for when you're working, to keep certain bits and pieces together on your table. Like this was 50 cents. 50 cents, and this little guy was $1. Now Lifeline here in Bundaberg has a reward scheme, so you know, you always win. So 2 of those little guys. Then I grabbed this little, I think it's a pot holder in its original bag. This was $1. I'm going to use the top in one of my journals, both sides. Look at that, gorgeous. And I'm just hoping I can get the dollar tag off, because sometimes they get a bit sticky and you kind of lose something you could have used, and I'll come back to that. But I'm going to open him up and have a look at this little pot holder, because I have made some great things out of pot holders before. So this is lovely blue and white, picture of Amsterdam, a bridge in Amsterdam, and with all the little houses all the way around, and a windmill, and then just plain blue on the back. So that's gorgeous. Like, that could make a gorgeous little pouch. It's very new looking, so I'll probably give that a bit of a tea dye to make it a bit more lived in. And I will certainly be chopping that up and using it. And then I've got this. Look, isn't that gorgeous to use? So that's there. And then I grabbed this little book. I always have a quick look through the books for vintage books and for foreign language books, because this is just the most beautiful old paper with Japanese writing. So somewhere along the line I will do a Japanese journal, and I am ready to go with my, I think it was $2, my $2 book. And it's the Diary of Anne Frank in Japanese. I just realised that, I didn't even notice that. So that was my little stash of little things. And then I found this. This was tucked around a shelf, and it's a bit glary, sorry. It was $10. But look at this, look at the fabric. It looks like Barkcloth. The print is gorgeous, and I haven't pulled it out. It hasn't been used. So let's have a little look together. It is a queen/double. I don't know how that works, but it's a queen/double duvet cover, so it's obviously not Australian. From Canada, made for Walmart, but it is 100% cotton. And look at the fabric. Oh, and these pillowcases. It's absolutely stunning, and it feels like Barkcloth. It absolutely feels like Barkcloth. So my intention is to cut this up and use it. Actually, there's no pillow slips, it's only just to use it just like I would a piece of fabric. And then look, the backing is this beautiful floral. It's absolutely gorgeous, unused, brand new in the bag. Let's see if I can get one little bit of whole pattern for us to see. I'm going to shake it out here on my floor. Probably isn't the best idea because it's not very clean. Okay, so let's have a look. Sorry, here I come. Look at that. And it's beautiful. It absolutely feels like a Barkcloth. So that was an absolute find. I'm stoked with that. I'm resisting the urge to put it on my bed. My husband wouldn't like that on the bed, so that's my excuse. And then it's got this interesting piped sort of binding and this lovely backing. 100% cotton. So let me just check. Where are we? Oh no, it says the front is 100% cotton and the back is cotton polyester. Okay, so the front, which is this part, is 100% cotton, and then this little guy is polyester. Wouldn't he make the most beautiful little girl's clothes? I might cut some of them and make some dresses for my little granddaughter. So that was it for today, but that was quite a haul. I was quite happy. And I spent $23, which meant I got another stamp on my rewards card every $20. So that was exciting. Thanks for popping in.